Welcome back to Buff-A-Touille. Today we're going to make one of the most highly debated food items of all time. Today we're going to make chili. And this is a chili recipe that we've made here for several years. Absolutely love it. I've been asked to put it in chili competitions, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to show you how to do it and you make it for yourself and you can enter those competitions. All right, now that you know what we're making today, there's some prep work that we need to do. Today we're going to use a couple different bell peppers. I like to use red and yellow for color, otherwise orange. We got 2 jalapeno peppers that we'll need to dice up. We need to dice up some garlic, a couple cloves of garlic, and then also a sweet yellow onion. So we need to cut all those up. We also have some sirloin today that we're going to cut up real small. And we also have some butcher block, it's called butcher block. It's a specially ground beef that we'll be adding to our recipe here. So we're going to get started on that prep work, and once we're done with that, we'll join you over on the stove. All right, so now that we have all that prepped, we're going to go ahead and start cooking the meat. We'll start with the sirloin, actually. So I got a pound of finely chopped sirloin we're going to put in there to brown. And then after that, we're going to add 1.5 pounds of the ground beef. That's the special cut from the butcher. Won't take long. We'll go ahead and add just a little olive oil. Can't go wrong with olive oil or avocado oil. All right, it's halfway there already. I typically don't season it right now because once it gets into the chili broth, a lot of the seasoning comes off anyways, and we're really depending on the rest of the flavors to come through. Add the hamburger, the ground beef, to this next. 1.5 pounds. We will not be draining this. So we're just going to keep adding to this. Once our ground beef is brown, then we'll go ahead and add in our vegetables. We'll kind of push it off to the side the best that we can. If you do have a larger pot, it would be even better. This is the largest one that I have. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add in the seasoning here. We have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Give it a stir. And then we're going to start adding in the vegetables. Try and push this off to the side a little bit. So our vegetables turned out. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? All right, I'm glad you agree. I'm gonna go ahead and add those. All right. Okay, so we're not looking to really cook the vegetables all the way through. We're just looking to soften them up a little bit. They're going to marinate in this deliciousness for quite a while, but you can see here they're looking pretty good. Do have the heat on pretty high at the moment still. Now we're going to go ahead and start adding in some of the next ingredients. And we're going to start off with a small can of tomato paste, 6-ounce can here, tomato paste, which if you use tomato paste, you know it loves to come out of the can easily, or not. I suppose if it came out easier, they'd call it tomato juice. All right, so now that we got that put in there, we're going to go ahead and add in a can of diced tomatoes. These are chili ready. I can't tilt it anymore or it will spill, but I like to buy these. You can do your own, but this is a lot easier if someone else goes ahead and prepares these for you. So we got 1 can of those. We'll give that a stir here quick. As you can see here, it's starting to resemble a familiar foe or friend, depending on how you feel about chili. Okay, now I'm going to add in bone broth. It doesn't matter what you use. Today I'm using beef bone broth here, 16 ounces. So go ahead and get that in there. So if you are really sticking to the keto version, don't add the next 2 ingredients. However, we're going to add these, and they should be good choices with the black beans. They are high in fiber and good for you on that standpoint. So we like to add black beans. And one of our favorites of all time would be the butter bean. So butter beans would be in the category of very important things in life because they do start with the word butter. So that would tell us that they are probably one of the premium ingredients that are out there. Okay, we're going to give this a stir. Okay, so now that we have everything in here, we are going to let it simmer for about an hour. The longer you let it marinate, the better it's going to be. I know probably the earliest you could take it off would be 30 minutes, but if you waited 2 hours, you'll have twice the deliciousness. So don't rush it. Be patient. Let the magic happen behind the scenes and just keep coming back to stir it. So we'll see you in a little bit when we get in and try it. All right, now it's time to enjoy this. So we all like to eat chili different ways. This is the way I like to eat it with this recipe. It's hard to find this sometimes, but Velveeta Queso Blanco is the cheese of choice for me. And so I like to go ahead and put that in the bowl first. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in a nice big chunk of that. I'm sorry to my brother. I changed my mind. I'm gonna do 2 chunks of that. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a nice healthy bowl of the soup, of the chili. I don't know if you can see that or not, but. And I also like sour cream. I mean, obviously, if I love cheese and butter, I'm gonna love the dairy products in the chili. So I'm not gonna have this with crackers today, but this is how we're going to sample it. Give it a stir, melt that queso blanco up a little bit. All right, now it's ready to try it. I'm really excited. Are you excited for me? Yeah? Okay, good. It's really good. It's not too spicy, even though my throat's a little acting like it is, but it has a really nice balance of tomato, of the meat, of the seasoning. It all comes together. The queso blanco is a great addition to it, the sour cream. I encourage you to start off with this and then add to the spice level that you like. I know some of you out there in our Buff-A-Touille fandom really like to add things such as habaneros, but start with the jalapenos. Go ahead and spice it up a little bit more after that. All right, thank you for joining us today on another great Buff-A-Touille experience.